Hello everyone, I am Third Mario Brother, and welcome back to Let's Play Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards. In the last episode, I left you guys off with a little bit of a cliffhanger there for a while, stopping right before we took on the boss of Rockstar, but in this episode we will be doing just that, so let's get straight into this. And the suspense is continued by the fact that the prelude to this boss fight is sort of a long elevator ride. I'm not sure how I feel about this. Like I said, it does add to the suspense, and it does give this battle a really epic feeling. As far as an epic feeling can go when you're trying to fight a bunch of enemies that look like they were designed to resemble the dice that you use in a Dungeons & Dragons game, but whatever. So yeah, as you can see, these diamond-shaped things, I'm not actually sure what they would be called in geometrical terms, so forgive my ignorance, will be spawning. Fortunately, there are only 3 of them, because they can be quite annoying, and since this game is essentially a 2D one, well, it's a side-scroller essentially, but this battle's really weird because you're going in a circle the entire time, just as you were with Wispy Woods, but it's a lot harder to keep track of where these things are exactly in relation to you, so yeah, they do have quite a few patterns of attack, and we're going to have to watch out for that. As you can see, we're standing on these panels that are gray, first of all, but then also green, red, and blue tinted, and as you can see, those things in the middle there are green, red, and blue, so what does this mean for us? Well, once we reach the top here, we get the opportunity to attack these things. And as you just saw, these little, I don't know, wireframe sort of things spawned out of those panels that were red, green, and blue. The green ones spawned out of the green ones, blue spawned out of blue, and red spawned out of red, as you would be able to assume. What we have to do is suck these up if you don't have a power and shoot them at these guys, and it's actually quite a bit of a difficult battle, because when you're trying to get near them in order to shoot these things at them, they can actually hit you quite often. But hitting, say, the blue diamond there with a blue thing does more damage to it than hitting it with a red or a green thing. So hit them with their corresponding colors, and this battle shouldn't be too bad. Unfortunately, it's a little bit hard to line that up sometimes when they do, I think it's this attack. Yeah, it's really hard even to hit any of them when they're doing this, and it's especially hard to try to hit the blue with the blue, for example. But overall, this battle isn't too bad, because overall, none of the battles in this game are really all that bad, except this attack, man. It's so hard to hit them when they're doing that. I prolonged this battle a little bit so I can explain a bit more, but anyway, we have it finished now, and once they've done that, they go to the middle, and we've defeated Geometry! Yes! I never passed that class in high school, so I can defeat it now. Anyway, let's go ahead and grab our Crystal Shard and move on. Gosh, Kirby is such a pig. I love the humor of the cutscenes in this game, though, even though it is essentially a silent game with no voice acting. It's like watching a silent movie, except in color, which is one of my biggest gripes with silent movies. But anyway, that's beside the point. Now we're moving on to the third world of the game, Aqua Star. And yes, that's right, this game has a water world. Fortunately, it doesn't all take place underwater, as we can see right here, nothing off to the left there. We're actually at a level that I quite enjoy, and we're faced by an enemy who we're going to emulate what he was doing in just a second here. As you can see, he's shooting rocks out of his head. We're going to be doing that in just a moment, not to spoil the rest of the episode or anything, oh my gosh. But, yeah, I actually like the environment here, I like the music, I like how everything looks, so yeah, I have no problems with this level. There are other levels that are a lot more water-oriented later on, but we're not getting to those quite yet. So anyway, here's a new power, Rock and Fire, and as I said, why didn't you believe me before? No, I only kid. We are doing exactly what that enemy that we saw a few seconds ago was doing, and shooting rocks out of our head. Now, you can aim this, and essentially Kirby will sit here and fire forever, and his face looks kind of cute when he's doing that, but looks a little bit weird on the top since he essentially transforms into a volcano. But yeah, you can aim those around. You can't aim them down, unfortunately, which is one of the fallbacks of that power, I guess. Or drawbacks, rather. Fallbacks. What the heck am I talking about? And anyway, make sure you go under here because there's a Maxim tomato, a bunch of these little star things, and apparently when you're underwater, it slows down your powers animation as well. I wonder if that's for all powers, or if it's just for specific ones, or just this one, or what. Who could say? Anyway, moving on here, we have our first crystal shard in this room. So what you're going to want to do is jump into this little green thing, the name of which I can't recall right now, so I apologize for that, but these are listed in the enemy bios, despite the fact that all they really do is help you. There are a couple— whoa, stop that, Mr. Fishy guy. Maybe I should start learning the names of enemies, jeez. But there are a couple of things that are just totally neutral, if not helpful to Kirby, and they're listed as enemies, which I always found a little bit weird, but oh well, it's good that they have their names given out in this game, because otherwise that'd be totally— now let's go ahead and not bother trying to kill that guy until we get up here. The range on this attack is very, short, if you haven't noticed. So, moving on to the next room, we see Mr. Penguin here, and let's go ahead and grab him, because we're gonna need him later. Yeah, as soon as he sees you, he'll start trying to, slide away on his belly, I guess. And no, I don't want to go penguin sliding with you. Points if you get the reference. But yeah, it can be a little bit annoying trying to catch up to him. So make sure you— luckily, Kirby has a little bit of an advantage there because he can just suck enemies down. But yeah, we're going to have to combine Ice with Bomb. And this, I believe, is a power that we haven't seen yet, though I'm not entirely sure. You turn yourself into a snowman bomb, and— wait for it— blow up. And yeah, any enemies that are directly next to you, such as this guy, will get destroyed, but any that are a little bit farther away won't get destroyed, but they'll freeze, and then you can destroy them later. Ugh, I can't get that piece of meat. Destroying that little dragon guy there who shoots that fire is a little bit helpful when you're trying to get pieces of meat like that. And I actually discovered a new technique. Well, I didn't exactly discover it, but yeah, I found out for myself the first way in this level that if you jump under an enemy like so— Kirby's kind of the opposite of Mario. If you jump under an enemy and hit it twice, it'll destroy that enemy and you won't take any damage. If you're not jumping and an enemy falls on your head, however, you will take damage, so you have to be careful about that. But yeah, Mario has his magical boots of doom, Kirby has his magical forehead of doom. He doesn't look like it's a very hard forehead, so I'm not sure exactly how that works, but whatever. Anyway, this power here, the ice and bomb power-up, does have a couple of drawbacks. I'm trying to detonate it right now by pressing the B button, but that's not working. That's right, you have to wait until the power detonates itself, or you can run into an enemy and force it to detonate sort of in that way. Yeah, you can't detonate it whenever you want, which really, really sucks. If you walk into an enemy like this, it doesn't do damage, but for some reason when we walked into that boss, it does do damage to Kirby, so I don't know what's up with that. Anyway, hello there. After all that intense battling that really shouldn't have been hard at all, but I guess I'm just terrible at this game or something, we get a Maxim tomato, so this game's very liberal in handing out health. Now, unfortunately, there are some powers that I could show off here, but we have to go down here, and I have to keep Bomb and Snow— Ice, rather. I tried to call it Snowman, I tried to call it Snow, I've tried to call all sorts of things, but we have to keep it for right here, just so that we can destroy this and fall into this little blubber, I guess is what I'm gonna— or flubber, rather, not blubber. What the heck am I going on about? I don't know, but I never do. Anyway, yeah, there's the third crystal shard of this level. So, pretty easy crystal shards this time around, if you know the level beforehand. I just practiced this game very recently, because it's the first time in a while I've played this. Sorry about that. But, yeah, if you know the level reasonably well beforehand, it's not too difficult to get all the crystal shards here. So, let's go ahead and try for a 1-up, and there we go. 3 lives. Now we can move on to the next level, which I really, really like, honestly. And despite this being a water world, like I said, there's not too much underwater action going on. There is— nah, well, I take that back. But so far, there hasn't been much underwater action going on. So let's go ahead and destroy that guy. Maybe get a bomb power-up or something, I don't know. But I love the music in this level. It's absolutely fantastic. I know I said something in a previous episode about Kirby music isn't something you'd put on your iPod, but if I regularly used an iPod, which unfortunately I don't, people call me weird for that. But anyway, if I regularly used an iPod, I think I'd probably put this song on it. So, it's super catchy, it's super upbeat, it's super happy, I don't know. I love this song, I love this game's music, and I love most everything about this game, so if I keep repeating that over and over, there you go, that's why. I just can't contain myself, I'm sorry. But yeah, we're in this flowing river here, which kind of drags you along, and if you try to run against it, you'll go slower than you normally would, but if you run with it, you go really fast, which is good, because this game is a little bit slow-paced movement-wise, but it's good otherwise, so I do enjoy the river mechanic when you're running along with it, just because. I was going to try to get that little penguin guy there, but I guess I'll just get rid of him and show off something here. If you suck in one of those gnat guys and put him above your head, he'll make you jump really high all of a sudden, which I thought was kind of funny. But yeah, the normal enemies that don't give you powers in this game, they often do a lot of things themselves, so keep that in mind when you're trying to, I don't know, when you don't have a power-up and all you can find are enemies that don't give you power-ups. But fortunately, we do have a power-up right now, and let's go ahead and destroy this crab guy here, and we have a crystal shard right above us right there. Now, unfortunately, it takes a power to get this, and I can't remember. I don't think we can go back from here after defeating that boss, but we can go forward, and I'm not sure if we can go back after this. Oh, dang it, we can't. So I missed out on that crystal shard this one time, though. I will go back at the end of this episode, however, with fire and rock, which is the power that's required. I totally forgot about that. Sorry, guys. I guess commentating just took that off of my mind. But we'll go back at the very end of this episode and get that again. Anyway, here we have a little novel sort of segment that I really like, where Waddle Dee decides that it's a really, really good idea to go river rafting, even though you probably could just walk this all out on your own as Kirby. But hey, this is fun. I like this. It'll go forward automatically, so you don't have to worry about that. All you have to do is jump over these obstacles, and that little exclamation point that appears above Waddle Dee's head. I guess since he can't talk, he, speaks with signs or something? I don't even know. But we're going down some pretty huge drops here, and somehow surviving all of them. I'm not going to complain about that, but it seems a little weird to me. If you hit one of those walls like I just did right there, that was totally by example, and totally on purpose. You will lose a little bit of life, but you can restore that. And oh no, this wasn't a good idea! How could this be? I thought this was the smartest thing anybody could ever do. Anyway, continuing along here, we have... Is this our first instance of this? I don't know, but it's super candy, and this makes us invincible. It's got a great theme to it, and it gives you such a rush. Get back here, boar! Now you're the one running from me. Tremble before the terror of the mighty pink marshmallow. I don't even know. Anyway, moving along, here's the last crystal shard of this level. Unfortunately, we did miss that one, but again, don't worry about it. We'll go back at the end of this episode, which will be coming up shortly, because we're almost done with this level, I believe. Is this the last screen? I don't quite remember. And those boars are still following me, man. They sure are stubborn and persistent. Ah, no, we do have another section left, which, I don't know. I don't know if I'd call this the hardest section of the level or not, because you're going uphill, and there's logs rolling down at you, there's enemies everywhere. Actually, I'm not sure if these guys do anything when you... Do they make you jump higher, or... I'm not sure. I'm just gonna ignore that for the moment. But yeah, there are these logs rolling at you, which at the end, they have that same swirly texture that the invincibility candy did. So hey, maybe I should eat one of these. No, they've got giant spikes on them, and as malleable as Kirby's flesh is, I'm not entirely sure that it'd be a good idea for him to go eating a giant log that's 5 times his size and covered in spikes. Anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and continue along here. Grab a power-up just for the sake of having one. And those dragon things look so innocent and so sad whenever you're sucking them in. Their eyes get all big and anime-esque, and it just makes me feel slightly bad, but also slightly powerful. I only kid, but here we have 3 in a row, so I guess you could just fly over these and make this segment a lot easier, but surprisingly I didn't get hit once that whole time, unless I'm forgetting something. Normally I do get hit a little bit more there, but anyway, thank you all very much for watching this episode of Kirby 64 The Crystal Shards. We're going to go back and get that crystal shard now, and I will see you guys next time where we take on the next level of Aqua Star. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoy this project despite it having been gone for so long, and stay tuned for next time. And here we are, back in the room with this giant crab mini-boss fight, and we can go ahead and shoot these rocks up here, and there we go, we got the final crystal shard of this level. Now it does save your progress automatically, so we can just go ahead and hit the try again button, and go back to the screen. We can see that we've got all 3 of them now. Thank you all very much for watching once again, and I will see you guys next time.